Sagittarius. Happy Sagittarius season. Cosmic Christie here, and thank you for joining me on the Cosmic Circus Tarot. Today's reading is going to be focusing on what we were dealing with in Scorpio season and what fun, exciting adventures await us as we move into Sagittarius season. We're going to look into what Scorpio versus Sagittarius energy is like first. So Scorpio energy, Scorpio is fixed water. Water is the emotions, and fixed means it is the least likely of a zodiac sign to change. It is stuck in the emotions, and that's its realm. The house that it rules is the 8th house, and this house rules sex, death, the occult, taxes, other people's money, shared resources. So, not all of those things are necessarily dark subject matter, but things that are, taboo things are also included in that. So again, like things that make us uncomfortable is the realm where Scorpio lives. So Scorpio is fixed on uncomfortable emotions. It demands you to submerge yourself in the deep, murky waters of your emotions and confront the emotions you have buried. It's intense. It's heavy. And then this fireball comes in out from under us while we're in the water and like comes up and like a catalyst shoots us up out of the water and like throws us out somewhere very, very far away, but somewhere very, very fun. And that is the energy of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you are mutable fire. So mutable, you are the most changeable of any of the zodiac signs. You can change directions at a drop of a hat, and you kind of prefer it like that. You are fire. So fire is about the spark, the initiation, it's energy, it's creativity. You rule the 9th house, which is higher learning, philosophy, distant travel. Adventure. I see Sagittarius, I think the one word that I would use to describe Sagittarius is expansive. Anything that you give a Sagittarius, like they just want to expand and just open up and run wild with it. I really enjoy Sagittarius energy. I'm a Gemini. Gemini and Sagittariuses are polars, but we are the only polars that are actually complementary. Gemini basically deals with the same things that Sagittarius deal with, but like on the small level. So say for instance, like Gemini wants to explore their whole neighborhood and like knows everybody in the neighborhood, knows everything about the neighborhood. But Sagittarius wants to explore the world and knows everything and everybody in the entire world. So, it's like microcosm versus macrocosm, the Gemini versus Sagittarius energy. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get into that reading. So this first energy here, this is what we were dealing with in Scorpio season. These were the things that were buried, and these were the things that we needed to confront, and we're leaving this shit in the past. Okay, Sagittarius, don't carry this with you into the future. No. All right, so the first thing is black hole. Black hole. Something was a time suck for you. Perhaps you were in a really, really bad place. You were actually felt like you were in a black hole in this emotion that you were dealing with. I think that, black hole, you kind of get it. Void, of course, nothing's going to come of this situation. The tarot card that came up is the 5 of Swords. We have 3 figures there. Can you see that? There's a figure all the way in the back. The figure all the way in the back that is the most distant, he looks the most upset. The guy kind of in the middle, he looks kind of like, eh. And then this guy in the front, he almost has like a smirk on his face. So Five of Swords deals with conflict, could deal with harsh words, could deal with some type of argument. But on a deeper level, they say that what that is those three different figures are actually all the same person. And it's perhaps either like that person like kind of going through the different stages of acceptance, or even like seeing, like going through different stages of seeing how they contributed to the fight. And for some reason, that's kind of what I'm picking up here for you, Sagittarius, is that like you had to process in the last couple of weeks, you had to process that you probably were the main contributing factor in these black hole situations. Like, I'm sure obviously other people were to blame, but you know, whenever we say that like a lot of bad things, you know, oh, I always get in bad relationships, I always get in these terrible relationships, and it's like, well, what is always the common denominator in the relationships? It's you. So yeah, so I see kind of like a coming to terms, and like for perhaps and again, like I see like these phases that you had to go through to kind of be able to admit that you were a big factor in these issues. Let's get another card there. Sagittarius, tell me more about the black hole. So Temperance. Temperance to me is about adjustments. She's dipping her little toe into the water. She's kind of gingerly pouring one cup into another. Temperance is the energy of somebody telling you to fine-tune something. They're not telling you to totally rework it. And I feel like, yeah, this is more just indicative of that energy that like, you know, like this has been a process for you in admitting about this black hole situation, that like, again, like you were kind of the, if you were going to point the finger at somebody, it should probably be pointing back at you, and kind of having to deal with that. And that can be a tough pill to swallow, can it? When you know that you were the one that orchestrated your downfall. That's a tough pill to swallow. But when we stop blaming other people, we stop blaming situations outside of ourselves, that's when, you know, really the healing can begin. And it seems like that's what you've done here, Sagittarius. You're able to take responsibility for whatever is not ideal in your life. And that's a beautiful energy. Leaving all of that behind and moving on forward, we've got Jupiter, which is the sign of expansion, and you've got the Knight of Wands, which is a fiery energy. Actually, so it's kind of debatable about like if the fixed signs or the mutable signs are either the Knights or the Kings. You could definitely be associated with a Knight of Wands energy. You are mutable fire. This is the fire knight. The Knight of Wands just wholeheartedly goes after pursuing his desires. He pursues them with vigor. So I really see you expanding on your passions and exploring them. Let's see where that might lead us. He's also very adventurous. Like, a trip could be coming up. Chariot, fastest moving card in the deck. I think the Knight of Wands is considered like the second or the third. Like, it's definitely in the top 5. So like very fast moving energy towards positivity. And like I said, for some reason I do maybe a travel is nearby in the future for you. Let's get one more card. The Chariot also speaks of being able to harness your willpower and move things in the direction that you want them to move in. Ace of Swords, mental clarity. So not only are you going to be expanding and moving forward quickly with passion, but you're also going to be doing that with clarity. Wow, fun. Okay, so I think we're going to pull a moon card and call it a day. Full moon, surrender to the divine. Surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving in or giving up. It means accepting. And again, I think there was a hard truth in the last couple of weeks, month or so, that you had to deal with and you had to finally embrace. But you did. And moving forward, so much expansion, so much adventure, so much fun. Sagittarius, I'm excited for you. I hope that Sagittarius season is amazing. I hope all your dreams come true. Happy birthday wishes to you. Thanks for joining.